Okay, so here we are looking at a 2014 past paper question again. It is the gears calculation and it is question 16D. Now this is part of a larger question, but it's just the calculation part that we're going to focus on. So the question states, calculate the speed of output gear when the input rotates at 250 revolutions per minute. Show a working and final unit. It is worth 4 marks. When you go into the data booklet, you are given the equation input size times input speed equals output size times output speed. Okay, that is given to you in the data booklet. So what we want to be thinking about doing is answering this question. How do we go about answering it? To start off with, we want to think about these 4 gears as 2 separate sets of 2. So we've got 1, 2 and 1, 2. I'm going to call this A, B, C and D. Now what you'll notice is we've got marked on the question 10 teeth, which matches to the input, 50 teeth for B, 20 teeth for C, and 60 teeth for D, and D is acting as our input, as our output, What we want to do is we want to start off the calculation by substituting into this equation that is given to you on the data booklet. We want to look at it again from points A and B, so gear A and gear B. Gear A is linked to the input and that's stated in the question. It's drawn on the diagram for you. So substituting in, the input size refers to the number of teeth. So we've got 10 teeth. We're talking about gear A, B for this first one. So my input size is 10. My input speed is given to me in the question as 250 revolutions per minute. So it's going to be 10 times 250, which equals the output size, which is 50, multiplied by the output speed. Now, the output speed is the one that we don't know in this instance. It's not in the question, it's not drawn down, we're trying to calculate it. So that is going to be your unknown. If you want to call it X, you can call it X. You might get confused with the multiplication. If you want to call it output speed, you can call it output speed. I'm just going to call it output speed to make it easier for you to follow this video. From here, it's just a simple maths equation where we need to rearrange the subject to the formula. So what we want to do is we want to have output speed on its own. To do that, we want to divide across the full equation by 50 to remove it from this side and divide it over on this side. This line is optional, you don't have to put it, you don't get any marks for doing this, but it's just going to be clearer in the video. So the output speed is going to be 10 times 250 divided by 50. So your output speed is going to give you 50 revolutions per minute. Remember, at this point here where it says rev min minus 1, we do not talk about it being RPM. It is not recognised by SQA, so you must write rev min minus 1 or rev / min. Okay, so from there, that is us finished half of the calculation. You're awarded 1 mark for this part here for substituting it in, and you're awarded 1 mark for the final speed that you get. So what we've actually got now is for B, we have got a speed of 50 revolutions per minute. What we're going to do is we're going to go back to this equation that is given to you in the data booklet, but this time we're going to do it for gears C and D. So because gear B and gear C are on the same axle, they will turn at the same speed. So the speed that we've worked out for B is now going to be the speed at C, and C will turn into our input. So for our input size is 20, which tells you in the question. We're going to multiply that by our input speed, which we've worked out previously to be 50. We then have to work out our output size. Our output size is 60 teeth, so that's going to be 60, and we're going to multiply that by the output speed again. Okay, from there, again, all we're going to do is a simple maths equation where we are rearranging the subject of the formula. So that is going to equal 20 times 50 divided by 60, because we're dividing across the full equation, and that is going to give us an output speed of 16.6 revolutions per minute. And again, and a mark goes for here, and a mark goes here. That is where you achieve your 4 marks. Again, this part here where you rearrange the formula, you do not achieve any marks for it. So if you can do that without having to write it down, fine, but you must show your substitution, your output value, your substitution and your output value. And that is Gear's calculation.